Well, tonight, the newly appointed CDC advisory panel voting to change recommendations on the combined MMRV vaccine. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s selected vaccine advisory panel, known as ACIP, met earlier this evening to discuss changing rules for vaccines against diseases, including COVID-19, and vaccines that are now recommended for children.
Members of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s Vaccine Advisory Committee voting to change the recommendation on the combined MMRV vaccine. In a vote of 8-3 this evening, the ACIP committee voting to not recommend the combined MMRV vaccine to children as their first dose. Instead, they recommended young kids get 2 shots, one containing the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, and another against chickenpox.
You should disregard anything that comes from this committee.
The Academy of Pediatrics telling parents not to listen to the newly appointed CDC advisory panel.
They don't seem to care about the actual science. They seem to care about promoting false claims and myths and rumors and junk science. This idea that our current vaccine policies are broken or in need of a radical overhaul is simply false.
The committee also debating the hepatitis vaccine suggested for every newborn in America, a health policy that began more than 30 years ago. They plan to vote tomorrow if the shot will no longer be recommended for newborns. This meeting comes just one day after Susan Monera's testified that she was fired as director of the CDC for resisting pressure from RFK Jr. to preemptively accept the panel's recommendations before seeing any evidence of the need for changes. The HHS secretary has disputed Monera's version of events and claimed she was fired, in part because she told him she was untrustworthy.
I believe preventable diseases will return, and I believe that we will have our children harmed for things that we know they do not need to be harmed by.
The committee also plans to vote on the COVID-19 vaccine recommendation tomorrow. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.